stretching out their arms and chanting words of chaotic power that would drive any mortal mind to insanity. Ephilim, the unknowable, raised their voice higher and higher as the fires of their spells rose up into the night sky. They would use all of their consuming fire to ingest all of the magic for 9,999 miles in all directions, further strengthening their already exemplary magical might. The vampires felt the magic that was sustaining their dead flesh, keeping their souls attached to their mortal husks, straining to stay within their bodies. Their dead thrall and deadwalker thralls collapsing as the magic slowly was leached from their corpses. Sensing something was wrong, the vampires of the Crimson Court hurriedly made their way towards the source of the magical flow, and when they found what was causing them such pain, they would do battle in Warhammer Underworlds, Wintermoor. In today's game, we'll be playing a Rivals format game of Warhammer Underworlds. This is a really fun format of Warhammer Underworlds and great for beginners getting into the game. What this format does is it allows you to play with set pre-built decks. This can either be the Rivals format deck that you'll get with a warband, such as Dagon Stablers have their own Rivals deck that they come with, but you can also use other Rivals decks as well, as there's a variety of different Rivals decks that can be used by all warbands in the game, and even the older warbands from seasons in which did not include a Rivals format setting. In today's game, I'm going to be playing with the Crimson Court, a bunch of vampires. I'm also going to be using the Forces of Frost Rivals deck. Leading my warband is Prince Duval, a level 1 wizard with the Possessed Blade that actually has 3 dice to roll for a 2 damage attack, 4 health, and he also has a cool rule that all of our vampires will have called the Hunger. Now this means we will have to give our fighters some curse counters at the beginning of each round. Their bloodthirst counters means they cannot be on guard, but what happens is after they kill an enemy model, they can remove any of these and then inspire. When Prince Duval inspires, he actually gains the Cleave keyword, giving him some extra damage as well. Joining him is Gorath the Enforcer, another level 1 wizard. Gorath has a Soulbound Mace, which is 2 dice, and needing hammers with 2 damage. Same special rules needed as Prince Duval to inspire, with 4 health there as well. When he inspires, he actually goes to damage 3 on his weapon with the knockback 1 special rule. Valis von Fane is next. This is the first of our vampires that's not a wizard. Her paired blades are 2 dice with 2 damage, 4 health as well, and she gains Cleave and Ensnare when she inspires. Lastly, we have Annias Curseborn, 3 dice for his attacks with 2 damage and 4 health once again. The model actually goes to 2 dodge when it inspires and just the 1 that it has when it's uninspired. Forces of Frost is the Rivals deck we're using, and this is actually a deck that works well when you have a couple of wizards in your warband, like you do when you have the wizards of the Crimson Court. Stephen is going to bring along Ephilim's Pandaemonium in today's game. Now, Ephilim's Pandaemonium is really interesting in that it has its own special ability it needs to do when playing with its Rivals deck, and this means at the start of the turn you need to do something to each of your changes. This can be inspire them, stagger one of them, put a guard token on one, or even push them as well. Now, the first fighter in the warband is obviously Ephilim the Unknowable. Their Warp Staff, it gives them a nice 2 damage attack with 2 hexes, but you also have the Fiery Change Bolt, which is a magical attack with a 4 hex range and 2 damage. The model is a level 1 wizard standard, but when it does inspire, it goes to a level 2 wizard. Spawnmore is the first of the changes. These are sort of like Ephilim's foul creations. The model has the Chomp special rule, which is +1 damage if the target's large. It has a nice move of 5 hexes and can do damage at both range and close up. When the model inspires, it's going to get an extra dice on its dodge rolls. We then have Flame Spoiler. This is the only one of the actual sentient changes. The model has a nice range 3 attack with the Warp Splash rule, which can actually deal some extra damage after the fact. And when it inspires as well, that Warp Splash is going to change actually from the swells to the lightning bolts on what it needs. And the model also gains an extra dodge. Kindle Finger is next. This model has the Spurting Warp Fingers. This means that you do +1 damage if the target's actually adjacent to the model. When it inspires, once again, it swaps over from the swells to the lightning bolts needing, and it also will have the ability on its Capering Fiend, -1 damage to a minimum of 1 from attack actions that target this fighter. Lastly, we have Apothrax, the Stairfish, the giant sort of lamprey starfish thing. Now, this model has the lamprey ability where +1 damage if this fighter has no move or charge tokens on it. This has the ability when it inspires as well to gain an extra dodge. Steven's bringing along Ephilim's Pandaemonium's Rivals deck for today's game. This works fantastically, as you would expect, for a Rivals deck that is meant for this particular warband. And so we are all deployed. I've got the Crimson Court over here, so we have Prince Duval the Black with Gorath the Enforcer in front of him, Veles von Fane, and then Anias the Curseborn back here. Meanwhile, we have Ephilim and her Pandaemonium on the other side. We have the Stairfish, Kindlefinger, sorry. We then have the Spawnmaw, I believe its name is, yep. And then we have Flamespooler on the far side. Today's video is sponsored by Gap Games, a fantastic miniature wargaming store in Queensland, Australia. They stock a wide variety of miniature wargames, from all things Games Workshop to some of my personal favourites, Conquest, The Last Argument of Kings, and all things Modifius wargames as well. Use our affiliate code in the link below to help support both this fantastic store and the channel as well. Alright, so we are going to go priority for the first round. This is for the Crimson Court. I got a crit and support. Steven, meanwhile, will have a crit and support, so we will need a re-roll. So I got support, double support. Steven, 2 supports, so we'll get the choice of initiative. I'm going. So top of the round, we both have stuff to do. First of all, I had to give a hunger token to all of my fighters. Steven then firstly has to choose a friendly changer and inspire said changer.
My lamprey is being inspired.
Yep, is going to inspire Potthrax, which is the lamprey eel you can see there. You then have to choose a friendly changer and stagger that chosen changer. You'll be staggering Kindlefinger. Then have to give a guard token to a friendly changer. You'll be giving the guard token to Spawnmaw. Then you can push one friendly changer, which will have to be obviously Flamespooler. Alright, so your first action for the round is going to be just moving Ephilim onto the objective number 2 there. Alright, nothing for you to do, so I'm then going to make a move with Gorath the Enforcer as my first action. And then after that, I'm going to play a gambit spell called Ayara's Frozen Bonds as a gambit spell I can try and cast. And so, can we get it off? We do. I'll place a block token there, and then I can give a move token to one or more a friendly enemy fighter within 1 hex of one or more block tokens. And so then I'm going to give a move token to Spawnmaw. Big reason is his best damage comes when he doesn't move, so we sort of want to make Spawnmaw not charge more than make him not charge. Alright, Spawnmaw, and because he can't make a charge, he's going to attack then against Gorath. So let's see what you can get.
2 swells. 2 swells.
2 swells. Gorath needs a shield and gets it. But you've got 2 successes, so that won't stop it, so I'll take the damage. Now we're going to make a charge action with Veles von Fane because she has Bloodthirst at the moment. She has Scything, so first of all we're going to attack into Kindlefinger. So we are needing hammers. That is 1.
Kindlefinger.
Oh, and I can re-roll that crossword because you are staggered on Kindlefinger. That is still just 1.
Kindlefinger, I need arrows.
Dodges. It's a dodge, succeeds. So then we will have one against a Potthrax. Nothing on a Potthrax. That's not good. We'll then go Freeze Thaw Finish as a gambit spell. This will be cast again by Gorath. So Gorath probably should use the right dice on my wizard dice here. No, that will fail. I'm going to make a move with Spawnmaw. I'm going to make a charge with Prince Duval. And so we are needing my hammers. That'll be 1. And so shields or dodges count for you with your 1 dice. It's a crit, and you pass. And then your last one will be Kindlefinger making a move. You are making a charge there. So who is he going to target? He can target either Gorath or Veles. Gorath, no worries. Gorath will need a shield. She does not get. So nice, we'll make a charge up there into a Potthrax. So this is going to be 3 dice with supports counting, needing cross swords. That is nothing. And after my power step, you're going to get closing the circle. You score this immediately after opponent's power step if a warband holds 3 or more objectives. And so at the end of the turn, Steven's got a couple of upgrades to play as well. First of all, Spiteful Mouths. Who will this one be going on?
My lamprey.
On to Apothrax. And then you've also got Aura of Mutability. This goes on Ephilim. Alrighty, priority for the round. This is for the Crimson Court. Absolutely nothing. Meanwhile, Ephilim got something. So top of the round, I've given another one of my hunger counters to all of my vampires. Then Stephen, first of all, has to go inspire a chosen changer to begin with. Which will be going on to Spawnmaw. Then you've then got to stagger a chosen changer, which you're going to put on Flame Spoiler. You're then going to give a guard token to one of them, which will go on to Apothrax. And then you're going to push the last one, which will be Spindlefinger, away. And pushing Spindlefinger there, Kindlefinger, sorry, so that Apothrax has support against Velas. So you're going to start off with an attack from Apothrax, which is going to go into Velas von Fane. So let's see what we get first of all. I mean, there's my dice. How much damage is that? 3?
3.
Still going to score Glorious Change. You score this if 2 or more surviving friendly changes each have 1 more upgrades. That's not what you're scoring for. Or 2 or more enemy fighters each have 2 or more wound counters, which I do. First action will be an attack with Prince Duval into Spawnmaw. That will succeed with 1. And so Spawnmaw. No, he needs dodges, does he not?
Yes.
So that will be 3 damage. I'm then going to spend the glory I earned from that for the Armor of Ice. And this is going to go on to Prince Duval, who also will remove his counters and inspire, thanks to killing an enemy. I'm then also going to play Icy Foreboding. I pick an opponent with 1 or more power cards. That opponent picks 1. You can either give 1 fighter and their warband that has no charge tokens a charge token, or discard 2 power cards. Steven's chosen to discard 2 of his power cards, and that'll be over to you again. And so Apothrax is going to try and attack Velas von Fane again. Yeah, let's see what we can do.
Yeah.
It's just a crit or cross swords as well?
Cross swords.
Not much I can do here. I'd get a support. Then you're going to score Awful End. You score this if it changes. Attack action takes someone out. My next action will just be a move action with Prince Duval up onto the objective. So Flame Spore is then going to make a charge, going with his ranged attack into a nice curse form. Gets a crit. Just a crit or?
Just a crit.
Just a crit. So I need a crit on my defense, and I get it. Stop it. And so after that, I will score Glacial Cool. Scores immediately after opponent's power step if a friendly leader holds an objective within 1 hex of no man's territory. Within 1 hex of it. I'm going to make a charge with Gorath the Enforcer then into your little dude here. So 2 dice, needing hammers, nothing. I'm then going to use a spell called the Tome of Shattering. First of all, I need to roll a swirly, which I do. So if cast, I can give this fighter 1 ice counter, which I will. Then I'm going to choose to break Ephilim's upgrade. You're going to freeze it, and you're going to drop it, and it's going to shatter into 1,000,000 pieces. Ephilim's then just going to throw fire at Gorath. And so let's see what you get.
I need swirls.
Swirls. Got 1. Can I defend it? And no, I can't. Damage. And then because of that, you're going to score Arcane Mastery for casting your 2nd spell. My last activation, Anais is going to make a charge, needing cross swords. That is a crit. That's what we'll get.
That's Spindles?
Yep.
Spindles has 2.
Needs a crit. Does not get it. That'll be 2 damage to take him out. And so, end phase, I'm going to score first of all, Cold of the Void. I score this in the end phase if each surviving fighter is adjacent to no fighters. No one is. I'll then score Biting Winds. Score this in the end phase if no enemy fighters are in my territory. And then I'll also score Frozen Fate. I score this in the end phase if 2 or more friendly fighters are within 2 hexes of the same enemy fighter. They both are there. Stephen is then going to play an upgrade Skittering Terror, and this is going to go on to Apothrax. Today's video is sponsored by the Warhammer merch shop. Want to grab some merch for your favourite Warhammer army? You can use our affiliate link down below to grab your next purchase and help support the channel at the same time. Alright, so priority for turn 3 is for the Crimson Court. I got a double support, that is that. Meanwhile, Stephen for Ephilim's Pandaemonium got a crit, so he'll get the option.
I'm going for...
The Inspire 1 fighter, which will be Flame Spoiler, and then you have to stagger.
Actually...
And so next you will have to stagger a Potrax, unfortunately. Alright, so you're just going to make a move with Potrax down there. I'm then going to play the Chasm Key upgrade, and this is going to go on Prince Duval. And you're going to play the game spell of Summoned Abomination, so let's see if you can get it off. You need to get Lightning Bolts.
With 1 dice?
So you need Lightning Bolts with Ephilim. Got it. So you can place a Slain Changer. We're then also going to upgrade Prince Duval with the Frostworm Cloak. My first action will be on Prince Duval to use the action from the Armor of Ice to give him an ice counter. Ephilim is then going to attack Gorath, so let's see what you can do.
Any hammers? Got a hammer.
And the support as well. And so I essentially need a crit for Gorath to live. It is not a crit. Alright, my next will be Prince Duval making a charge super action. Alright, Prince Duval has 3 dice. And that will be 2 crits and a success. Cleave on his attack as well, so shields cannot count.
That's right, I need dodges anyway.
Dodges, well you need, they need to both be crits. They are both not crits, so it's 2 damage. And so Spawn More is going to go into an ice with a charge. That's a crit and at least 1 success, one of them. So I need a crit success to stop you. Get double shields, damage.
2.
I'm going to make a charge in retaliation with Nice into Spawn More, Flame Spoiler. I got mixed up with 2 names there. We're going to call him Flame Small. And that is a crit and a success. That is not. That'll be another 2 damage to take him out. Because of that, I'll score Cold Blooded. Score this immediately after a warband takes an enemy fighter in enemy territory out of action. So our mistake as well. Steven should have scored this on the last one. It's a surge. So this would be for the damage on Annias and obviously to Gorath already. And so your last activation. Bing. And so Ephilim's going to make an attack into Annias. Let's see where we can take him out. Swellies?
Yep.
Double. Crit or double dodge will do. Nope. That is not enough. That is nothing.
2
damage. That'll take Annias out. My last one, I'm just going to draw an objective, and then we will go, and I will score that objective I drew. Chill of the Grave scores in the end phase if 2 or more enemy fighters are out of action. And you'll score Spreading Mutation at the end of phase because you hold more objectives than me. And so, we thought it was a draw, except I've got the Chasm Key on Prince Duval. If this fighter has 1 or more ice counters on him, which he does, at the end of the 3rd action phase, if he's either on a feature token as well, gain 1 glory point.
Damn!
And with that, that gives me the 1 point victory over Stephen, 12 to 11.
Oh.